16 minutes before the hour now, the lead prosecutor in the Oscar Pistorius murder trial today ripped into the Olympian and called him a liar right there to his face, and did so much that the judge spoke up and told the lawyer to chill already. Remember, Oscar Pistorius says he shot and killed his girlfriend, Reva Steenkamp, who's here, because he thought she was an intruder on the other side of a locked door in the bathroom. After the trial resumed today, the prosecutor revealed that Oscar Pistorius had asked to meet with Steenkamp's mother so that he could apologize in person, but she said no thanks, that she wasn't ready. The prosecutor then quizzed the Blade Runner on the alarm system in his home. Previously, Pistorius said he must have deactivated it the night of the shooting. Today, he said he did shut it off, no question. The prosecutor accused Pistorius of tailoring his stories. As we mentioned, the judge scolded the prosecutor for calling Pistorius a liar while he's in the witness box. Despite the warning, the prosecutor went on to speculate about what he believes really did happen. That Reva Steenkamp was having a conversation, and not a quiet one, with Oscar Pistorius when he shot her from the other side of that locked bathroom door. Listen.
She was talking to you. She was standing right in front of the toilet door talking to you when you shot her.
It's not true.
That's the only reasonable explanation for her standing upright. That's the only reasonable explanation why you shot her in the head, where you did.
It's not true, my lady.
She wasn't scared of anything, except you. She wasn't scared of an intruder. She was scared of you.
Like a closing argument. Scared of Oscar Pistorius, according to the prosecutor. The athlete denied the claim. The court adjourned shortly after that until Monday. Dan Schorr is with us on the Fox News deck. He's a former prosecutor. Never seen a prosecutor act like this, but there they can, and is it effective?
It is effective because he's methodically going through every part of Oscar Pistorius' story and saying how it just doesn't make sense. Why would he be screaming for help, thinking she's in the bathroom, not hear any response from her, according to him, and then say, oh, she must be back in the bedroom, I'm just going to fire her into the bathroom. It just doesn't make sense. Also, he apparently walked through the house screaming, and he got no response from her. And why do you fire into the bathroom? One of the biggest questions that the prosecutor asked was just why? Why did you think someone was inside who was an intruder? There's really no reason for him to have thought so, and it defies common sense.
The prosecutor just pounding and pounding, sometimes not asking questions for long periods of time, just telling him things and telling him things you can't do in the United States. But then Oscar Pistorius kept getting his story mixed up, and he would contradict himself. And finally, the judge had to say, look, Oscar, if you're tired, you got to let me know in advance because you're really screwing the pooch here.
Well, that's part of a good cross-examination, that you go really methodically, slowly through a story, and it doesn't hold up. You keep going over facts, and you draw inconsistencies. And as you said, as a prosecutor in New York, I can never say to a witness, that's not true. The court's never going to believe that. You're lying. But here in South Africa, he's actually able to say all that. And for the most part, the judge is letting him, although he did get scolded at one point when he went a little too far.
What the prosecutor is saying is very simple, where Oscar Pistorius' story is very complicated and sometimes contradictory. What the prosecutor is saying is you guys were in a fight. She went into the bathroom, she locked the door, you're yelling at each other. She in front of the toilet, you on the other side of the door. You've got fed up with her and you blew her away.
Right, and you have 4 neighbors who testified that they heard a woman scream before the shots were fired.
Screaming from the other side of the bathroom door at Oscar Pistorius.
And that's key here, because Oscar Pistorius is saying that he was yelling for help, yelling for her to call 911, and that he never heard her respond, even though she was, in his version of events, just a few feet away in the bathroom.
This guy's the biggest star of any kind in all of South Africa. And there this one judge is with Milady, 2 advisors, one on either side, helping her with this, and she's going to decide whether the Oscar Pistorius can rot in jail for the rest of his life. That ain't easy.
No, and there's a lesser charge of culpable homicide.
Which is really what they seem to be.
Right, it's a shooting based on negligence. That seems really clear here. But the intentional murder also seems overwhelmingly proven by the prosecutor. There's really no view of the evidence that supports Oscar Pistorius' version that really, for no reason, he just fired into the bathroom thinking his girlfriend was in bed and an intruder was in there.
He had a reason. The prosecutor says he knows what the reason is. Mad at her, never told her he loved her. He's fed up with her, can't get rid of her. Boom, killed her.
And we saw texts from her to him where she's talking about him controlling her, berating her. She says she's scared of him. It all paints a picture that's pretty compelling.
All right. Good to see you. Thank you.
You too.